so social justice is something that is very important to me. And I feel like it is lost in the schools.
Equity in education.
Equity in education. So when I say social justice,
yeah, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, what we see today is a lot of talk about the opportunity gap.
Yes.
Or the education gap, or the achievement gap
Yes.
in education, right?
Yes.
We're talking about this gap. I don't think that's controversial. I think everyone understands that there's a gap today in education. But why? Why is there this gap? What is this gap creating?
Well, you have good kids and bad kids.
Good kids and bad kids, right? That's where it starts. There's kids who have, so they succeed, and there's kids who have nothing, and so they don't. And it creates this huge gap in achievement in education. We see it across the nation, across the states, and in every school.
Remember you told me that one time when you said, these kids have the support at home. These kids don't even know what that even looks like.
Exactly.
So explain that, like, because that's a big thing. I think some kids get what they need, right?
And they get what they need at school, right? They get what they need at home, so they get what they need at school, so they get everything that they need. So what I'm saying is that in education today, the reason that achievement gap and kids getting what they need at home becomes a social justice issue is because in public education especially, we are a social justice institution. We are a public institution and we serve people, right? So what happens is we see this achievement gap because students that have high poverty and low income, adverse childhood experiences, they're trauma impacted, they enter school with less words, and they enter school behind. They're already at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But then, when they enter school at that disadvantage, they become the kids who are the disruptors.
Yeah.
And we start to have the conversation about the good kids and the bad kids.
But those kids don't know that that is a disruption because that's their real life.
That's the way they actually...
Like, that is their real life.
That's the way.
Right?
They come with the best of what they have.
Yes, they do. Kids come with the best of what they have. And they come... That's what they have,
right?
And so the viewpoint of that, from like an educator's view or whatever, is like you are to fall in line. This is what you're supposed to do. This is the expectation. But they've had no training, ever,
and nothing in their corner.
No,
right?
No.
And so what ends up happening is that these students that are high poverty, they come to school, they're at a disadvantage. They're at a disadvantage because of their words, because of their life circumstances, because of the impacts of trauma, and then they're kicked out.
Yep.
And the gap widens and widens and widens until they drop out.
Yep.
And then we wonder why in America today we see inequitable systems just, it's a cyclical thing.
Yep.
You know, it just continues and continues and continues. So the only way to stop really what I would call would be discrimination against students of a low socioeconomic background is to start creating a system that supports all students.
And all means all.
All means all the time.
All means all. No, that's done.